Welcome back, Capricorn. I'm Ryan with Arrows of Love. Today we're going to do your How They Feel About You Love Tarot reading for July 2021. We're going through some pretty intense energy up in the sky right now. We have two series of T-squares forming in the sky. Over 4th of July weekend, we had Mars, Saturn, and Uranus forming a T-square in the sky. So that's an opposition and a square. Literally looks like this. I say it's kind of like a timeout. And for you, this is happening in your financial houses. Mars and Venus right now are sitting over in Leo, and that's your 8th house. Leo is 8 signs past Capricorn. The 8th house is complicated. It's about death and transformation. It's about the rebirth process. It's about very intense feelings. It's about intimacy, joint ventures, financial institutions, other people's money. It's about riches. It's things unseen. It's also a hidden house. It's a complicated house overall. And Mars rules the 8th. It is the Lord of the 8th house, and Venus is sitting over there too. So the cosmic lovers are coming together. But before they actually conjoin, and I'll get more to that later in the reading, they're forming this opposition over to Saturn. And Saturn it's a hard stop. A lot of times it's a no, especially when there's an opposition between the personal planets and Saturn. And imagine it this way. Saturn is the last planet in the sky that is visible to the naked eye. It's known for boundaries. It marks the boundary or the threshold to something that's unknown. It's known as the dweller at the threshold. That's Saturn. So it has a lot to do with boundaries, and boundaries could be pushed. Mars is the god of war. It's conflict, it's aggression, it's action too, and virility, but it's also cutting and severing. So when the two meet up, it can be real intense. It could be a battle of wills. It could be emotional confrontations. And then you throw Uranus in the mix, which is sitting over in Taurus in your 5th house of risk-taking. It also has to do with karmic rewards. And again, this is a financial house. So there could be investments involved in this as well. But it's also about children and romance. So there's a combination of the three coming to a head. And like I said, Mars perfected the square and the opposition to Saturn and Uranus over 4th of July weekend. Now, Venus, which is cruising along, is also perfecting the opposition over to Saturn and the square to Venus. Again, it's another T-square. So we're going through two of them right at the same time. It can be really intense stuff in relationships right now. Venus is the planet of love, beauty, harmony, cooperation, negotiation, sexuality. And again, when it bumps up against stern Saturn that wants responsibility, discipline, and structures, boundaries could be a hard no here. It also has to do with judgment. So there's an element of judgment in this too. What do we find beautiful? What do we find harmonizing in our relationships? And sometimes Saturn is it's a no. The square over to Uranus, though, is a little bit different. And let me explain a little bit. Uranus is this liberating, wanting freedom, innovation, change-making planet in the cosmos. And it's sitting over in Taurus, which can be very slow-moving. So the two energies collide. They don't actually go very well together. So it could be like you want to bring about a change, but you're not really sure how yet. And it could really boil over into your relationships. So when it's Venus and Uranus, sometimes this points to wanting liberation in your relationships. You want some type of freedom. It could point to breakups, but it could also point to letting go of something as well. The other side of this, Uranus and Venus sometimes bring in exotic people. It can bring in people that you have almost like a draw to, that are very out of the ordinary. It's foreign people on foreign lands, perhaps. But it also has this element of eroticism. So, things could come up that you just don't really expect, or they're kind of out of the box in a way. People that you would not normally be attracted to if you're single. If you're married and partnered up, maybe you're looking to spice up the sex life a little bit. So maybe you try something new. So it's things like that could very well come about with this T-square. But again, Saturn is associated with old age, decay, death. It's a hard no. It's discipline, responsibility. And when it's going up against Venus, sometimes it causes a lot of problems in relationships. But I think the T-square between Mars, Uranus, and Saturn is actually the one that would cause a little bit more conflict. So if things have been really rough over the last week and a half or so, those are those T-squares perfecting in the sky. And like I said, the T-square between Venus, Saturn, and Uranus is perfecting today, and it's going to last pretty much through the whole week. There could be some lingering things there. Now, for the good news, Capricorn. Venus and Mars are going to meet up in Leo. They're going to make a conjunction, and it only happens once every 2 years. Again, this is happening in your 8th house. This is the house of intimacy, death and rebirth, hidden things and hidden matters, sex, taxes, death, joint ventures, financial institutions, and debts. It's karmic debts, ostensibly. So these are all things that are going to come up in, perhaps in your everyday life, or there's going to be a spotlight on this particular matter. Now, with the 2 meeting up in your 8th house, I say you're going to be getting it on, especially with that Venus Uranus combination sitting in your 5th house of romance, the 8th house of intimacy. You very well can meet someone that kind of takes you away. But again, it has like this foreign element to it, something that's very out of the box for you. So you tend to be a little bit more traditional, so maybe it's time to try something new, if you're getting my drift. That's if you're single. If you're married, maybe it's just time to spice things up. Try something new. So those are the general energies in the sky. Tough stuff, but the cosmic lovers coming together, that's usually pretty good. There could be some healing with that. There's been confrontations. You could come together again after that and perhaps find some solace in each other. So we are in Cancer season as well. And for you, Capricorn, that's your 7th house of marriage, partnerships, one-on-one relationships. And that's why I keep saying, there's something here with relationships that's really going to highlight for you over the course of the next couple of weeks. We're in the middle of Cancer season right now. We got another 2 weeks or so to go before the sun moves into that 8th house. So again, it's going to be highlighting those 8th house matters throughout July and August. But right now, it's all about your one-on-one relationships, business partnerships, sexuality, contracts. That's where the sun's sitting. So that's what you can expect on that. We're going to do your How They Feel About You Love Tarot reading today. I'm going to pull 6 cards from the Tarot, 1 from the Angel's Romance deck. Keep in mind that this is a general reading. The messages won't resonate with all of you. I'm doing this reading for Capricorn Sun and Ascendant. Take a look at your Moon and Venus as well, if it's a different sign. I think I've divulged this information to you guys before. I have 4 planets sitting in Capricorn. I have Sun, Venus, Mercury, and Neptune. So if you have Venus in Capricorn, this is for you as well. If you like these videos and would like to see more of them, please click that like button and subscribe. It helps the channel, and it's very much appreciated for me. And you get to see more of me. So, let's see what's going on with you, Capricorn. How they feel about you. A lot happening in intimacy and relationships generally for Cappies. So, we'll see what's going on here. That T-square is hitting financial houses too, so there could be some financial things that come up. Perhaps unexpected expenses. Could be things at work too. So just want to let you know that. All right. First card out is going to be the general energies of your love interest. Time is fluid. Don't pay too much attention to gender. It's more about the energy of the card. All right, here we go. Ace of Wands. This is the sexy time card. So it's the man or the universe holding out and grabbing the stick. So you can draw whatever conclusions you want from that. But for me, this is a spark of attraction. This is passion. This is the new cycle of passion. So that's really good because you got the lovers sitting in your 8th house. Sun is highlighting your partnership. So let's see what else is going on for you. The second card are the attributes of your love interest. Ooh, the World. This is interesting. So you could be dealing with one of the fixed signs. And I didn't mention this in the astrology portion of the reading, but this T-square is happening in all the fixed signs. So you have Leo right here. We talked a lot about Leo. We have Taurus. That's where Uranus is sitting. You have Aquarius. That's where Saturn is sitting. And then the eagle is represented by Scorpio, and nothing is sitting in Scorpio right now, so that is your 11th house of friendships, group associations. So this is what's coming up. You could be dealing with any one of those four, but this is a culmination of events. This is the culmination of things bubbling up. If this is something new for you, you're starting this new cycle. This is the last card in the tarot. So it points to a culmination of events of some type here, but looking at attributes could be dealing with one of the fixed signs. All right, the next card out are the flaws. Queen of Cups. So this is interesting. So the Queen of Cups to me is usually a Cancer, could be another water sign, Pisces, Scorpio. But the Queen of Cups is emotionally intelligent, but she can be very emotional. And for you, Capricorn, you don't always handle emotions so well. You tend to be a little bit more stoic. You want to be practical, pragmatic, and you don't handle emotion very well. That's actually one of your life lessons. So you have to learn how to tap into your emotion and your intuition. So right now, things could be just a little over-emotional, depending on whatever's happening with this other cards. But in the flaw position, maybe it's just a little bit too much. Maybe they're just a little bit too nurturing, a little too overbearing, or something to that effect. But right now, or on the opposite side of this, maybe they need to show more emotion. Maybe they're just really bottled up and they need to express some of their emotions. So this could go either way. Take the messages that resonate and leave the rest. All right, the next card is how they feel about you, what's on their mind. Ace of Pentacles, you got two aces, so this is good. They want the new start. They want to come to you with a solid offer if you're single. If you're married, they're looking to also start something new, letting something go. Again, this is a letting go card. This is the end. The world is about the end. So they're trying to let something go here. They're trying to re-spark that flame if you're married. If you're single, there's a lot of passion here. And they're thinking about how to come to you with a solid offer, one that you're not going to want to refuse. So that's also very good. Next card out is the potential for a happy relationship. Wow, you got the Chariot. This is it's a new direction. It's a victory. The Chariot is one of my favorite cards in the tarot. This could also be a Cancer. This oftentimes represents Cancer, new relationships. That's where the sun is sitting right now. I love it when the astrology mixes well with this particular reading, with your reading. So here we go. This is the new direction. This is the new start. This is the new love interest. This is also a victory. So some of you might be taking your relationship to that next level of commitment. And you love commitment. You're ruled by Saturn. So, when someone comes to you with a solid offer, Capricorn, and they thought it out, and you're known as the horny goat, this is good so far. So you got intimacy. You're learning how to deal with emotion. They're learning how to deal with emotion, and they're coming to you with something pretty solid. I like this so far. But this is definitely the new start. It's a new beginning, and it's victory. So that's fantastic. Let's see what the outcome looks like. Oh no. Okay. I might have to clarify this a little bit. So 9 of Swords. So there could be, in order to get to this, and I'm thinking this is connected to the World card here. So let me pull this out again. There's something that needs to be let go. There's something that's bugging you. There's something that's on your mind. So it might not be something terrible. It's just something that you probably need to get off your chest, or something they need to get off their chest. You need to have a serious conversation about something. Something needs to come to an end here. I don't see... For some of you, a relationship's already ended, or it's in the process of ending, and something new is coming in, and you're just trying to get over it. Something might be bothering them, something might be bothering you. But I think overall, if you're in a relationship right now, or dating someone, seeing someone, it's just a matter of letting go of the past. Something that needs just to be let go. Maybe there's a little bit of anxiety coming with this particular relationship. Maybe you're not sure about how it's going to shake out, but the potential here is for victory. So I think the outcome is more or less you just got to get over some of your internal fears, Capricorn, and so do they. I think it's mutual here. There might just be a fear of getting into a relationship again. We went through a really hard time in 2020 when Saturn was going through your sign. So it really 2020 was all about relationships for you in particular. So maybe you're a little bit hesitant to take that next step, put yourself out there. But I think you need to do this overall. Let's get some advice from the angel. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and your spiritual path. So I don't think this message will necessarily be for all of you. I think it's going to be for some of you that you need to take a look at your beliefs. You need to take a look at your values and your boundaries and what exactly you're willing to compromise and what you're not. So I read this card broadly. It's about values. It's about it could be about upbringing. There could be some religious factors involved that are holding you back. But I think for the most part, it's just you guys need to align on values. Everything here looks really good. So I think maybe this is what's plaguing it a little bit. You guys need to just have a chat. I don't think this is a bad card. I think it's just you have a little anxiety about this. Maybe you got a little bit of OCD going on here too. But check the beliefs. Make sure you guys are on the same page. And make sure that you two can come together in a way that can harness this chariot. Because overall, I think this is pretty good stuff. Let's clarify, Spirit, let's clarify the Nine of Swords here. Yeah, so there could be a relationship at a distance. So Eight of Wands, this is the Eros of Love. This is what my channel is named after. So a lot of communication coming your way. Could be love messages coming your way. And the clarification here is I think you just got to take the chance. You got to take the adventure in love. You have to be willing to put yourself out there if you really want it. If you're singled and partnered up, you guys probably need to take a trip. You need to go do a couple's vacation. Leave the kids behind, and just have a nice weekend, extended weekend with you two. But there's definitely something here. I think you're just afraid of love, Cap. Like, why? You have so much to offer. You're that grounded, sure-footed sign. You usually have financial resources. You don't always do so well expressing love and expressing your feelings. And that could very well be this. You two just need to have a little bit of a conversation, get over your OCD, get over the obsession and the anxiety about expressing your feelings because they're there. This is one of the best cards in the deck. It's the Arrows of Love. They're coming right at you, Capricorn. So take the chance because the potential here is a great victory. It's a great victory. Talk about your beliefs, talk about your values. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I will be back later on this month for a bonus reading of some type. I'm still working on that. I hope you're having a very nice summer. Enjoy this time. The cosmic lovers are coming together. If there's been issues, there could be some potential healing here, but it looks like you need to have a conversation. Just get on the same page. Until next time, Capricorn, take care.